Well, greetings again, everyone. It's me, Nick Michalak, and the exceptional Steve Frazier.
Well, thank you. Holy shit, am I excited for this movie.
Guys, we are covering the Alexandre Aja-directed remake of Piranha today for our 15th anniversary, thereabouts. So, guys, if you have your own copy of the film, 3D or not...
I don't know if this one was in 3D.
This is not 3D.
No,
we don't have the 3D disc.
The second one was 3 double D.
Yeah. So, anyway, guys, so if you have your own copy of the film, turn on your subtitles to follow along with us. And we're going with the countdown as you get your timestamp over to 0. So, guys, in 3, 2, 1, play.
Dimension. That old classic.
Yeah. It's Dimension, while they're still owned by the Weinsteins, because this is after the breakup of things from Disney. Where they're breaking up all the assets, but before they sold it off to other parties and everything, and they went off the Weinstein Company stuff.
Mesolithic. Oh, big word. So, here we have, one in the era of horror remakes, which... There was about 15 years or so where that's pretty much all that happened.
From Chainsaw Massacre remake up to who knows what. Every other thing in the universe.
Yeah, I mean, there weren't a ton after this one.
It tapered off after the 2010s, but I'm sure there's a couple that escaped my memory.
And we've talked about this a million times about the, doing it better than or different than.
Well, this was definitely different than.
And and I agree. And I think that it's super fun. And we're going to kick it off right here with old boy. Now, they've never said that this is Matt Hooper.
Well, it's credited as Matt Boyd, but he's singing the same song from the film. It's clearly meant to be sort of a tug on the original character and everything.
Right.
And, of course, at this point, he's the only one left.
I think so.
Shaw passed away 2 months after Jaws 2 was released, and Scheider just passed away about a year before this film, about 2 years before this gets released.
And
apparently, they enticed him with a big enough paycheck, and they donated to charity.
Oh, for this?
Yeah. So it seems like this, the Poseidon remake, is like he...
Oh, and he's drinking Amity Ale. So
there you go.
Now, this CGI does not look great.
That's one of my main problems when I was watching this. Like, the CGI looks really bad. And that's why I was kind of surprised that you liked it so much, because you're so much like, I don't like fun with computers.
I don't.
That looks like Tremors.
Well, that's fine.
They've gotten Fred Ward.
It does...
That should have been a crossover,
Well, they could have...
Boys go in the ocean. Come on.
That could have happened. Maybe, I've not seen all 10 Tremors movies, so...
But that could have been something.
So I think...
the Asylum would have fucking done that in a heartbeat.
Well, sure.
What CGI about worse than this?
Some of the underwater stuff does look pretty bad.
Some of this, you can tell he's on a green... Not so much this one, but there's a couple of shots where you can tell he's on a green screen.
And I can overlook some bad CGI. What I don't like is when the entire movie is very superhero-ish, and it's just all the whole world is computer-filled. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, this part doesn't look great.
No.
That doesn't look great.
Because when I found out it was Alexandre Aja, the good guy who remaked Hills Have Eyes, which is just like absolute raw brutality,
right?
And it just also like gooey and dry and a lot of textured film. Like, it feels very practical. And then I'm like, oh, it's this?
Well, okay.
It's not what I expected from him.
So...
And my thing was like, okay, since I hadn't seen this yet, I saw the first one. It's like, I watched this right after the first one.
Okay.
And so I'm like thinking, like, okay, yeah, I can see how you can update it, better effects, and do more things with it. Then
And here's Here's what I think.
What a start.
I think that the bad CGI, I'm not saying it was bad on purpose, but I think that there was part of them that wanted us to know they were remaking a B movie. And they wanted it to be kind of like Sharknado, right? Where which I find entertaining as hell. Great. Yeah. Well, that looks awesome.
Well, you know who's on the practical effects on this one?
Is it my friend Greg Nicotero?
Your buddy Greg and Berger.
Well, that looked like a...
There's my buddy O'Connell.
O'Connell, right.
O'Connell.
Ving, Big Ving.
Big Ving.
I'm telling you, star-studded cast. But...
And Dina.
The
Szohr franchise.
Really, the lead here is the great Elisabeth Shue.
Sure.
The love of my life. That isn't Kate Winslet. Or Harry Styles. But the Elisabeth Shue is my first love. And no, there was a Corman on the credits there. I didn't see what it was.
I didn't catch.
Yeah. It might have been an acting Corman. I don't know, but that guy do anything? Michael Windmaker?
Never heard of him.
No?
There's your boy.
Oh yeah, old friend Gregory Nicotero.
I think I think he's got a little cameo in the film. I think I picked it up late in the film.
I'm sure that he was over the moon to do anything with Dreyfuss. Jaws being his favorite movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
well, even that his sequence didn't really have any of that stuff in there. He just gets swallowed up in the whirlpool.
Right.
So probably not.
And the hand would have been not
he might
separately.
Have probably to just be on set with them, for Christ's sake.
So the night that Greg and I hung out, Richard Dreyfuss was in the room.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like a complete mark for Dreyfuss,
sure.
you know.
As I said, there's no one else to be in the room with anymore.
Right. I love her. I am not the spring breaker.
No.
But I realize that is a thing. And,
sure, yeah.
And, you know, the whole let's go to Daytona.
Yeah. Fort Lauderdale.
Right. One of those. I can't imagine like living in town.
Oh yeah.
Or working in town.
Yeah, I have to deal with this every
spring.
Yeah.
Like everybody in this movie is so like frat boy.
Yeah.
But those are the types of people that go to Daytona Beach or whatever.
That's the archetype.
And, you know, like we were saying, I like the idea that this one is a different premise.
Yeah, I mean, just like Corman didn't rip off Jaws, they're not really redoing the first film in any way at all.
Right.
It's going to just as much be a legacy sequel without any returning cast members. Just a late sequel. I mean, Brought It to This Morning technically wasn't designed as a sequel to Prom. Just slapped the name on it.
Right.
Because we have the rights. And it would sell better on the video shelf.
Yeah, I don't really know a lot about the backstory of that.
I just know enough. That's the fact. They didn't make it a Brought It to, but hell, we got the rights. Slap it on there. That's all it is. So.
I love that they don't really, like, they know their audience here.
Yeah.
And
there he is.
O'Connell?
Yeah. He's great. He's all the way in on this character.
All the way.
Yeah.
All the way in.
Yeah.
And what was the name of the guy that did the Girls Gone Wild?
I don't recall.
Oh, okay. Because that's who he's supposed to be.
Oh, yeah, clear. That's transparent as hell.
And also a connection with him and Dreyfuss being both in Stand By Me.
Okay. I didn't realize Dreyfuss was in that one.
Dreyfuss is... It might be him as a grown-up.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Dreyfuss is the narrator of the story.
Okay. Well, I'm down to do more Rob Reiner stuff.
Stand By Me, yes. Yes, please. It's Stephen King and Rob Reiner.
We can pencil a few more Rob Reiners in, because one is not enough.
No, it is not.
Man, they kind of went out, man. You know who he's married to now?
Who? I'm sorry.
O'Connell.
I don't recall.
Rebecca Rhames.
Oh, now I recall. He poached her from Stamos.
Stamos, man.
Now, okay, if I'm a woman, and I have to choose between O'Connell and Stamos, I am taking Stamos all day long.
Yeah, but man, he knows how to keep her happy.
I love that they came up with a different premise, or for where they came from.
Yeah, because it wouldn't work now. The same premise you couldn't.
Yeah.
Because if you try biological warfare for something like that, all wars have been in the fucking desert for the last 30 years.
Right.
You're gonna put fucking fish for. So you couldn't do the same premise. It wouldn't work.
Love that. The old mom walking in and he was legit doing research. He wasn't actually jerking it.
Yeah. Well.
He's got a lot of...
a little overboard with art direction.
Yeah.
When it doesn't take that much to inform the character.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of bands...
The Lou Reed, the Ramones, Nirvana thing, that would be enough.
Well...
You don't need another 7...
There's a lot of things.
Right.
So many things. And why is the TV... Where's the bed? Because I don't think the TV faces...
Right over.
Oh, that's the bed?
Under the dartboard.
All right.
That's nice. You throw in the darts, you miss one, it falls in the bed, then you poke yourself overnight.
Right. Yeah, roll over on that sumbitch.
The stop sign, like what you need this for.
There's one in the wall that didn't make the dartboard, so that means that they're real darts.
A DVD, VHS combo there, maybe.
As anyone would in this era. There's a little overboard.
Lou Reed and Radiohead. It's a weird combination to me.
Yeah.
You got to lock the door before you turn the porn on.
Yeah, I mean, who didn't learn that lesson as a kid? Am I right?
Yeah. He's old enough to know better.
Yeah, he's like 17 or something. So, absolutely, he is.
I mean, this looks nice. It's interesting. Okay, this is definitely like the 3D peak era. But I think it was the problem with shooting some of the underwater stuff where they didn't shoot it 3D. They post-converted it.
Yeah, because I don't remember this one being in 3D.
Yeah. I'm asking if they did release it in that regard. But because the sequel has much more the gimmicky of the title.
Well, right, because that one was specifically made for 3D.
Mm-hmm. 3DD.
Yeah. Unless that was the third one, and I'm missing a sequel somewhere.
No, there was only the two, because they cranked the second one out real fast, I think. Came out like...
the next year?
June 2012.
Oh, okay. So 2 years later.
Yeah, it's still made for less than half the money of this one.
The budget was?
Because they said that the budget on this was $24 million. The sequel's $7.5.
Oh, shit.
And it made $8.5.
And that's the one that was directed by Clu Gulager's son, right?
Yeah, who did that. Who was on that reality competition show where he did Feast and everything.
Oh.
But
that's Hooper's boat, right? That washed ashore?
I'd imagine so.
Even though I thought that the boat went under in the whirlpool, but maybe not. Oh no, because I guess it was in the background when the hand came up. But you're right, that some of the underwater stuff looks fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And some of it really looks like... I guess the water always looks okay. It's just the fish and the... You know, they weren't as creative with the puppets and the fish sticks like they were in the original one. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
He's got little crabs and shit growing out of him. Oh, that's fantastic. Look at that.
Yeah, there ain't much for the drag out.
God, Nicotero, bravo, sir.
He might have had to do a mold of Dreyfuss's face.
Oh, possibly.
If he wanted to do the puppet right.
Yeah. Nah. Ving Rhames, you know, he's got a pedigree.
Oh, yeah.
I think he is perfect in that, you know, sheriff type role.
Oh, yeah.
Not that he's not perfect in the Marcellus Wallace type role.
Right, sure.
But
authority role,
yeah. Yeah, because even as a bad guy with authority, that, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that escalated quickly.
Yeah.
And they tried to keep a little bit of that sound in there.
A little bit.
Which I think is hilarious because fish don't make any noise.
Yeah.
Whose feet? Oh, I guess the kids' feet are the ones that was supposed to be indicative of.
Sure.
When they cut, his feet were not in the water, though, so it was weird. You know what I mean?
Peculiar, yeah. She's good.
I like her. There's a little bit of the Jaws 2 element in this one.
Yeah.
With the kids, you know, escaping away and needing a rescue.
Yeah.
Although
it's not nearly the slow pace.
No, it's like, I don't know. I feel like everything about this just is fun and just moves. Who would just leave bottles in the lake? Frat boys? Yeah. I suppose.
Yeah.
And here's our boy Adam Scott.
Yeah.
We love this dude. I do.
He's good.
And I forget what is their job? You've watched this more recently than I have.
Because they called him because of the problem they found with Dreyfuss's corpse.
Okay, got it. Like, that guy doesn't fit. Oh, they do. Now he's, oh yeah, he's happy. What? a perfect snapshot of what it must be like. Oh, they're in Lake Victoria. That's Texas. I think.
I'd like to see the extras budget on this film.
Jesus Christ. All of these people probably got like $50 for the day or something. But still, 1,000 people at $50 is, you know.
That's a lot of money.
I just don't understand this kind of lifestyle. You know, this is not
my crowd at all. I'm too introverted for this shit.
No, but I mean,
you're an extrovert.
I am, and I'm a voyeur. So I would absolutely love to just go watch.
Yeah, get some binoculars.
But yeah, I would. I'm George McFly in the tree.
Yeah.
I have no interest in, being on the boat and dancing. If I was a dancer, I think it'd be a little different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This just isn't. Even when I was 20.
Yeah.
You know, this wasn't my crowd.
No.
Oh, tit ease. Like, you say tit, you say ease. Ridiculous. And she is a 10 as well.
And she's good.
I mean, visually.
Sure.
I don't know about the acting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, O'Connell is all in.
Oh, yeah.
He is absolutely fantastic.
It was interesting. His name is Derek here, which is also the name of his character in Scream 2.
Well, sometimes...
Tend to think, like, okay, he survives Scream 2, then just, like, fuck this shit. I'm just going to go off and
right.
become a pornographer.
Is that what he is? Is he a pornographer?
The word porn comes up later on, yes.
Accusatory or by him?
By him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know
when they're doing the stuff off the bellies and everything, the stomachs.
Oh yeah, sure. I didn't know if
there's a point where
pornographer is really.
They don't quite get. It's not quite that, but.
Oh, woman scorned. What? Jealous frat boys. What a great antagonist that isn't the fish.
There's a lot of sunscreen to pass around to the extras.
Can you imagine what this looks like?
Fucking skin cancer boiling up here.
Can you imagine? How do you direct a scene like that? Like just a giant
ADs, man.
A bullhorn and.
You just need the ADs to do their job and leave it up to them.
Yeah, but how do you even start with that many people?
I'm sure there's a loudspeaker somewhere. Yeah.
You know, we're like, okay, we're going to count to 3 and then action and everybody party.
And also, most of the times that they're doing that stuff, they probably don't have any music actually playing because they want to record the dialogue clean.
Yeah.
So everyone's just kind of dancing to an imaginary beat. Maybe they play something in between takes. They kind of give them a little rhythm to remember.
Oh, right.
Maybe, I would imagine, maybe. But once they hit roll film, they're all silent.
Like, that's so weird to me. Like, the magic of filmmaking and that whole thing. Yeah, so I also don't buy that... Oh, Arizona. When I think of spring break, I don't think of let's go to a lake in Arizona.
Florida. Maybe.
Right, yeah.
Maybe a San Diego. Something on that range.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, like a Puerto Vallarta or a, Cancun, like on the Mexico side. But they're all Gulf towns, right?
Yeah.
There are famously no oceans in Arizona.
Yeah, peculiarly.
So, old Gaptooth guy there is, he's been in a bunch of shit,
Paul
too.
Scheer, yeah.
I guess if you're in Arizona, then you go to the lake town. That's your only choice.
Well, I can buy it with the rocky landscapes and all they got there. So I mean, that feels Arizona. When you think Arizona, you just think dry.
Right. I don't think spring break destination.
No.
With the exception of, I guess, the locals. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But they've kind of made it seem like, we're locals, but all these other people are,
tourists.
Right. And converging on our town.
Right.
And we can't close the lake because this is how we make our money.
Again, the Jaws.
Right.
Scenario.
Can you imagine being in his shoes? Can you imagine being in her shoes? Where she's along for the ride. I think he O'Connell thinks that she's taking her clothes off at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, come on. Well.
And they've got these two mermaids.
Right.
Not leaving much to the imagination on the lower half either. Usually you get away with female full frontal because of a giant bush of pubic hair, and therefore
framing and posture,
and so you don't really get you don't see genitals, you just see hair, which is why it's much less common for male full frontal nudity, because it's all genitals, right.
Free and loose.
You can put a merkin on there all you want, but
you're gonna see something.
You're gonna see something.
Otherwise, you look like a eunuch.
Nobody wants that.
No.
Oh, nymphs, sure. Fish with boobies. I love the word booby. Booby is so juvenile. And there's something so delightful to me about any grown man saying booby. Because just
so
that childish juxtaposition makes me laugh. There's so many other, nicknames for that anatomy. Yeah, by the way, my mom's the sheriff.
Yeah.
Tits, more tits.
They grown gills.
Well, they've been underwater longer than Mel Gibson in 4.
Lethal 4.
Which, to me, is the poster child of that's impossible. Pitched a tent outside. That's that's a great double entendre.
Pitched a tent inside.
Right. Zane? Zane's a bad name.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
For first names, especially.
Yeah. Sorry to all those One Directioners out there, too, because he was the worst member, and I'm glad he left. Remind me again whose boat this is?
I think it's O'Connell's.
I thought, does he live there? I thought that he was in town.
I don't know what.
Because the boat says Lake Victoria.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Jake's boat, like his family boat.
I don't know.
Uh-oh. Here they come.
Down the coral.
I wouldn't go so far as to call it coral.
Crusted over.
Well, yeah, have you ever been in the water? There's a lot of shit in there. It looks like that.
Oh.
That's a nice little jump. I like these kids. Mm-hmm. I think they're great. Even though his name is Zane, and that's a weird name. He looks, I mean, they both look very like California surfer kids.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's something about having these, juveniles that act older than they are and also have their own storyline going on that, I don't know, I think it's a good element to this.
Sure.
I think it's already better and more entertaining than the Jaws 2 storyline.
Well, you got to write the kids with some level of intelligence, or otherwise they're just annoying.
Right, and I think they're
useless.
Both right. They're both very well crafted. I think, at least they have personality.
Yeah.
That looks like it's painful to walk on. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's not sand. That's like straight up rocks. And I've been in water that was like that, and it's not fun if you're not wearing a water shoe. But yeah, like this looks terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know, I kind of overlooked some of the CGI because I think the movie's so fun.
Okay. Well, I mean, that shot was kind of making me flash back to the movie Pitch Black, which has a similar point of view shot for the aliens in that movie. And the CGI in that film is not really that good, but at least the rest of the film does hold up your interest.
Right.
So I can see where you're coming from.
Oh, look at this. We get a real good look at the fish. And they are gnarly looking, aren't they? Love that. I love
that shot works out well. There's other shots that don't work nicely.
I think that this is so fascinating. I love
the deep sea stuff.
Yes, I do. And I love the idea that there was a cave or a hidden something underneath something.
Yeah, some pocket.
And the idea, and really it boils down to the fact that I love the idea that there's something new that has never been, a place we've never gone. Or
that's right here on Earth.
Right. And as there's things we've never seen, animals we don't know about, and I know that those things exist currently. And I think it would be fascinating to be one of the people, to see something, discover a new species of something. I also, one of the things that I'm going to call BS on here.
Sure.
If there is an earthquake or some sort of seismic activity that causes this big of a rift, I mean, there's going to be
a lot of fucking people swarming this joint.
There'd be so much devastation.
Oh yeah.
It's not just a little crack in the ocean or the lake.
This is a massive rift.
Right. This
is a valley.
Yes. This is. This would have been the worse than the one that destroyed L.A. and San Francisco, and
Okay.
like.
This would have had a tidal wave of some kind happen.
Yes, oh yes. Now, if you're telling me that the rift, just dislodged a rock or something that made the cave open up, like, that's a little bit different. Mm-hmm. But it almost looked like they were saying that...
Well, 1,000 of those things seem to come out of there.
Right.
At least that's what they're implying anyway.
Well, he did say that the subterranean lake was bigger than the one that's above it.
Okay.
So, obviously, bigger lake underneath. There's a lot of stuff. Now, whether they all would have... If there's an earthquake, then water's coming from the top to the bottom, not the other way around.
Right.
Possibly, at least initially.
Yeah.
So to me, that doesn't work with the logistics of the underneath fish going up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, it also, like, if they've been trapped in this giant cavernous thing, what have they been eating to survive?
Well, they have their own. They have their own ecosystem, much like all the fish in the above lake do.
Yeah,
Not to say that they're...
I'm just saying, like, well, if they're that ravenous, whatever, if there's only a finite supply in this locked
well, they might eat themselves, and there's also no saying that there's not other species in here.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It would seem to be.
Like, I think this is so cool. The idea that there's all these babies under here. Uh-huh. And then they float you by one, and it's like, oh, look, this little thing has a little dinosaur teeth. Yeah. Like, that's awesome. I love that. Uh-huh. Dang it, that's fun. Speaking of roe, I went to a lobster dinner the other night. And, And usually for things... When they're cultivating and pulling lobsters for consumption, they try to sex them and eat the males and release the females so that
procreate.
They can keep making more lobsters.
Yeah.
But every once in a while that doesn't work out, and they don't get it right. So the lobster that I got handed to me the other night. And full lobster, not just a tail. It was a whole lobster. Look at this. That's so cool. Mm-hmm. I mean, it looks hokey as hell, but that's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. So I break my lobster open, and it's like filled to the brim with red on the inside.
Oh.
And I was like, what is this? And then we realized that it was roe, that I got a female, and that was all the baby lobsters.
Oh, Lord.
Which is like a delicacy. Oh. And so I got lucky because I got the extra tasty one.
Oh.
Obviously they were cooked along with the lobster, so it wasn't
you're not going to eat raw crap.
Right. There is something about some of these shots that, like, I think that one looks fine.
That one looks all right. They're just...
Some of it really looks terrible. But, so,
there's a little 3D gag for you.
I love that they do the floating, like, across the lens kind of shots. They do it all out, right?
Oh, yeah.
Through various things. Yeah. They've already done it with the full fish, the baby fish, the eyeball... Oh, shit. Yeah. Look at that. Nicotero. Fuck, yeah.
Like, I'm not touching that thing.
So I'm happy that they're at least consistent with that sort of visual style.
Okay.
I've never done a body shot. I don't think. Pretty sure I have not. Maybe. I'm not opposed to it. I mean, I love him.
Yeah,
he's so good.
Excellent.
He is a really great character in all of this. I like the tension between these two.
Yeah.
I know it's also kind of hokey.
Yeah.
But there's obviously some sort of chemistry there.
Yeah.
That he wastes a lot of the tequila on this belly.
A lot. Most is dripping down the side.
Yeah, he doesn't fill up the belly. He just kind of pours it over. Oh, yeah. Anyway, like, there's an obvious tension between them, and there's a lot of great dialogue about them not being together that makes that. Oh, shit. I think that was a great reaction. Okay, that was just a little thing that she did there where she looks at Jake and she's got her hand on her face and she does that like, I can't believe that just happened, but I didn't hate it kind of face. But it also kind of, like, there was I like this. I can't believe that I like this. Her face said so many things without saying any words. And dang it, I think that's great. And what a great premise, right? That they've made it so these two have to participate together.
He's not getting into it.
No, he's not very good.
No.
He's nervous.
His nose is more into it than his tongue.
Oh, and then...
There it goes.
Yeah, that's fun. I don't think that really looked like vomit, but...
No.
Again, another great thing there. She pushes him away. So, you think, oh, it's because she doesn't want him, but no, that's not the case. It's because of the vomit.
Yeah.
Now, how happy were you when...
Back to the Future reunion.
Right.
Sequel reunion, technically.
Right, Back to the Future 2, sure. When Doc here shows up, and... Because you did not know he was in this, right?
I was aware.
Oh, you knew,
yeah.
Okay.
He's in the sequel as well.
Thousands, and they're pissed. That's a great line. Oh, it's the same guy, right? Like,
yeah, he's playing
it's the same guy.
Yeah.
That's Doc Brown.
Yeah.
Like,
playing it up to that degree, yeah.
and he's got a fossil of one in his office of that very fish. Why? I don't know. How? I don't know. Great shot.
Yeah.
That's so good. Did Aja direct this, or did he just...
He directed this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of alligators, I got to check out that one he did, Crawl.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see Crawl.
6 or 7 years ago.
I thought you were going to say the movie Alligator that came out in 80 or 81.
Maybe.
It's not that one.
No.
That's not the Aja one. But
No.
I own that one, and it is dumb and so fun. Because I do, as people have probably learned, I love a creature feature.
Yeah.
You know, we covered arachnophobia in the archives, the original Piranha. I like all these I have a friend that gets on my ass all the time about all the animal movies that I like.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want to watch any more animal movies. And I was like, yeah, but Pet Sematary, come on. Good line. Good delivery of the line. There are. Is that a midpoint?
Yeah.
That's our midpoint right there. Oh, I like this particular one. So this lady here is actually a porn star.
Okay.
If I remember correctly. She is a fairly known adult film star, excuse me. And I don't remember her name. But I believe that she was given like a cameo here as a... Now she's throwing up red stuff. I don't know. I did speak. I had a verbal exchange with Jenna Jameson once.
Okay.
At a convention. Unsolicited, she walked by and said hello to me, and I was like, well,
oh well,
I guess I can die happy now, right? Like, now it's over. I've peaked. Meanwhile, he's doing coke off of this. O'Connell's got that patch of back hair right above his ass. It's so off-putting.
As the pearls are wearing the Speedos, man. So
yeah.
Nothing going to be hidden.
I know. So, yeah, I don't remember this girl's name.
I'm trying to dig up something, but I...
And she's famous for those tits right there, so...
Hero Sailing Girl, Gianna Michaels.
Yeah, that's it, Gianna Michaels. Yep.
461 credits.
Well, yeah, and how many
of them... everything, whatever she's been credited for.
I bet 480 of them are X-rated.
Up to 2009, looks...
Well, after a certain... Look at the titties in the water. Look at that 3D shot. God damn, that's so good. Those big balloons.
2014.
She was done?
Seems like it.
Well, at a certain point...
will give it away very easily.
At a certain point... Oh, yeah, Grandma Does Dallas or something. Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, just... they're not as clever as they used to be in the 70s and 80s. They're just like, here it is, no pretension.
Right. Love that. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. God damn, that's so good. The little nub of leg bone. Yeah. The flesh. Outstanding, Greg Nicotero.
That's Eli Roth.
Oh, sure is. Sure is. Did you ever see Hostel?
No, I haven't seen any of his films. I've seen him in Inglourious Basterds.
Cabin Fever? Cabin Fever is wonderful.
Like I said, saw him in Inglourious Basterds with the baseball bat, or it was. Whacking Nazis.
Yeah. Hostel I like Hostel.
All right.
I know some people thought that it was a little gratuitous or whatever. I don't know. I think it's good. Now the sequels are, a little indulgent, but that first one I think is actually pretty darn good.
You like that better than High Tension that Aja did with the girl with the barbed up baseball.
Yes, that's correct. High Tension I did not care for. I should give it a second watch. I saw it in the theater and I never did it.
Yeah,
saw it after.
20 years ago.
Roughly, yeah. Yeah, for some reason that one didn't do it for me. They don't even, there's no shame, right?
No.
It's so wonderful. I love when filmmakers have no shame and they say, I know what our audience wants to see, so you know what? Let's just give it to them. Now, in this story, it makes sense for the cop to have a gun.
Yeah. Not the fucking head of the fucking summer camp. He's got a Marine Corps tattoo on his forearm.
Yeah, I don't know if that's real.
I've never seen him have it in anything else.
It's entirely possible that it's not real and it was just put on for the movie here.
I mean, I've seen him in enough things. Mission Impossible stuff, Dawn of the Dead remake, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I don't think that's... I think that's part of his character here, that he talks about being in the Marine. So, later on, I think it comes into play. I could be wrong, but... I mean, what a great little storyline, right? That both the kids and the brother both think the other is at fault, and both have a case.
Yeah.
Well, so now we got the two little kids on the porn boat.
Yep.
And we're motherfucking in front of the 10-year-olds. That's great. Love that. Love that. That was going to be one of my complaints, actually, because I had kind of forgotten that this was on a lake and not in the ocean. I guess it makes sense that it's on a lake. I mean, I knew it was on a lake. But I always get mad when they show lake water or ocean water to be so clear. Like, you can always just see everything that's going on. I feel like that's just not realistic, but it has to be for the sake of a cinema, So, what good does it do if you're down under the water and it's murky and you can't see anything?
Right.
Not to say that there aren't lakes and rivers or lakes and oceans that aren't clear and then you can't see with a glass-bottom boat, because that is a thing. He's so invested.
Oh yeah.
And so, like, narcissistic, I guess, maybe, that he doesn't understand, like, he's got such fog around blame and whatever. He's manic, and it's drug and alcohol infused. And now he's choking the kid who's not doing a very good sell job, by the way.
No.
Kid just looks mad, and O'Connell didn't have a very good grip. It's a boat word when he was looking for the word mutiny. That was fun. I don't buy that guy with the yellow belongs there.
No, put a shirt on, pal. No one wants to see it.
Right. I also think it's completely plausible that they would say we're closing the lake, and everybody just doesn't, just completely ignores. Until now, when you know what time it is, right?
Feeding time?
It's time to eat that ass. Is she going to be the first?
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Them juicy cheeks. Here we go. Little goose. Oh, the blood brings the pack. Here we go. And there they are, thousands of them. The blood doesn't, they made it, it's almost like The Shining, right? Like there's just so much blood, and it's not realistic. Ugh. Like the whole water doesn't turn red like that, really. I mean, I guess it might in this case because there's so many. But I don't know if you caught it. Middle of the screen on the right was that first lady, and she was still flailing about in the same position. Yeah, in the tube in the position. So great job on the continuity there. The lever and the water in the same spot. I'm sure there wasn't a budget to give bite marks to everybody. Mm-hmm. So they've got a few here that they're pulling out. But like that girl doesn't have any. No. She doesn't even have any red on her. Some people only have blood on them, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Nope. Oh, look at that. But the tornado effect, as it were, underwater, that's kind of fun. Dying to get wet was the banner. I mean, that's clever. No? Too much for you?
I don't know. I guess it's just expected.
Yeah, I mean, it's so over the top, and it's so ridiculous that it's entertaining as hell. It's eating her face. Look at this. It's so wonderful. And they're falling off the shit like Titanic. Up. I love that. She gonna slide in half? Yes. Tremendous. No, you don't like it?
The effects are just. They take me out of it.
Oh no, they don't take me out of it. I'm just having too much fun.
Yeah,
Now, I will say, I've always been a bigger fan of practical effects than anything digital, but I don't know. I'm just having such a fun time with the movie that it doesn't even bother me. I think, like, she's got a little red shoulder there, but not much else.
No.
He's going to shoot him with a shotgun? Is that effective?
I don't feel it really would be that much.
I mean, you might get one.
Yeah,
Does that help any? Oh, shit, there goes his face. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Like, I don't understand. You're shooting the people.
Right.
You know?
The fish are right next to the people, so how are you not getting the people?
See, she's got the right idea with the electrified.
Yeah.
Because it would kill not only that one, but it would electrocute...
A number of them, yeah.
And also the people. It would electrify the people.
I feel like people could probably take it more than the fish can.
Sure, that probably wasn't a large enough dose of electricity.
Yeah, wattage. Yeah, voltage.
There's a nice level of chaos going on right now.
Sure, yeah.
They're not holding on one shot long enough to make you like stop believing,
this guy. Fuck this guy.
Was he one of the boys that
yeah, he was one of the guys heckling Jake and everything.
Yeah,
this guy's a fucker.
Oh yeah, he's just running people over.
For no reason.
Yeah, he's mowing people down. If the fish won't get you, this asshole will.
Yeah. He's dragging her on.
Well, yeah, he's got her by the hair.
Yeah.
Look at that. How terrifying.
Yeah.
As somebody with long hair that has spent time on boats, this is a nightmare for me.
Oh my God, there it goes.
It ripped her face right off. Outstanding, Greg Nicotero and Berger. And, now we've got another Titanic scenario where they're just jumping at boats, flipping them, and they're still stuck here.
Yeah.
I guess that's a nice, not a match cut, but
yeah,
whatever the word is for, the similar scenario, parallel scenario. Can't you go backwards?
Well, he's been trying to go backwards and go forwards again.
And
he's going to ram right in.
Also a nightmare.
Yeah.
Everyone in the pool. Here we go. Oh yeah, she gone. She gone. That is great, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
And then doesn't the one come out of her mouth?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks bad, but I like the idea. I think it's clever.
As another 3D gag.
Yeah, sure. But again, all the blood, it's like little overboard on the blood, but that's fine. See how clear that water is? I don't buy it.
But at least they're not recycling effects from the first one, because there was a string of Corman remakes done in the 90s for Showtime.
Okay.
Where you just recycled all the effect shots from the original films, including Piranha.
Well, you gotta save money. They only shot 4 or 5 sequences for the first film anyway. So now they've been able to use them, 6, 7 times a piece.
Yeah. I've heard it wasn't, it was not terribly good. Dante did not have a good opinion of it.
O'Connell here gets, his fate is not necessarily ideal. He's so close.
Yeah.
He's almost there.
Oh my goodness.
See, it almost looks like the girl's laughing, which
The boy's doing a good job. Oh my God.
Look at that.
Oh.
Look
God
at that. They took my penis. Look at the little nub there where it used to be. Oh, that's amazing. They took my penis. Somebody in the screenwriting room said, what would be the fate of the pornographer that would hurt the most? Mm-hmm. You know, it's like you die by doing the things you love or whatever, I don't know. Like that's the most ironic scenario.
Oh.
So, wait, that was his last words?
Oh, no. He gets a bit later.
Oh, you're right. And here's the gag of the movie.
Yep.
There's the dick.
You want a pretty big one.
Well, he's a shower, not a grower. And they burp. No, we don't want that. Look at that half-eaten cock.
God thanks.
Look at the leg. Look at the flap.
Fucking Nicotero's on fire, man.
Dude, could he be any better than this?
No. Well, come on. He's always getting better.
Well, he's kind of slowing down now.
Well, he's banked up a lot of cash, I'm sure.
I mean, look at that. Oh,
yeah.
She gone.
There he is.
That's Nicotero right there. Carrying that half body.
Why would you bother at this point?
Well, yeah, I don't know. Leave it in the water for them to eat so you can get other people out. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Tremendous.
Oh, my God.
Like, that. These effects.
The practical shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are see, to me, the good of that outweighs the bad of the CGI.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Ving Rhames, don't fuck with him. It's like the Dan Aykroyd Bass-O-Matic on the Saturday Night Live. Remember that?
Oh, I'm not familiar.
You had a famous sketch in the 70s.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd. I think it was supposed to be like an infomercial.
It's like a bunch of jacked up crap.
And he had a blender that was the Bass-O-Matic that he'd put the fish in, and they would.
I remember the general concept. Yeah. I haven't seen that one specific.
And he's going to martyr himself here, eh?
Yeah, well, if he's that deep in it, you're probably done for as it is.
That guy's shaking back there. He's doing a good job. Look at that guy in the foreground.
Oh, yeah.
There's some chewed up titties there. Look at that thing on the left. Look at that girl. Holy shit. This is outstanding. Yeah. You see why I love this?
This stuff, this is excellent.
There's a fire. Like, these are the things that I choose to remember and love. There's the Hitchcock or whatever.
Yeah.
I forget is there a word for that?
The retrograde zoom.
Yeah. Can you tell the difference if it's a pull out with a zoom in versus the other way around?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to do some research on that.
Like if one is more effective than the other, because you could push forward.
Yeah, it's all about perspective shift in terms of focal lengths and
right.
lenses and all that.
you could push in and pull out with the camera, or you can pull out and zoom in with the lens. Yeah. And I don't know if they have the same effect. They might. But I also would... That's one of those little subgenre niche things that I think would be interesting to see if you could tell the difference. Which one did they do?
Yeah.
You know? Was the lens going forward or backward?
Right.
She's very, she's kind of pushy here, huh? Go this, go that, don't do this.
She's the boss around here.
Well, that's true. Look at her, she's got a good... What a hell of a throw. She is... Oh, God, I love her so much. I may go home and watch Cocktail tonight.
Yeah. Speaking of Stamos-related things with Beach Boys.
Yeah.
He's in the video. Playing some congas.
He may actually still tour with them. The Beach Boys are coming this summer to the Chicago area. Actually, to Chicago proper. And there's a lot of question about whether Stamos is going to be in the band. Because I think he does tour with them occasionally.
Sure, why not? It's a paycheck.
I don't know if he's a drummer or a guitar player. I don't know.
It's like no one's getting through that thing.
Yeah, I feel like you got a better shot at breaking it, or...
Yeah. You still got to get the grid thing off of it.
Yeah, the only way to do it is to go
the kind of
down and under.
Grate. You got to get the grate off of it.
I don't know. There's got to be another route. I like that they're fighting about this. This makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they're going to get the kids to, shimmy their way.
Yeah, I don't know. If you were in this situation, would you be able to do this whole thing?
Well...
I mean, technically, physically, could you do it?
Yeah, I think I could. Yes.
I don't think I could.
You don't think you could hold yourself up and shimmy?
I don't think so. Not with a threat that, you just cannot risk falling off. It's like fucking Cliffhanger.
I think that's the reason that I could do it. Because you have no other choice.
I just think I have the strength to hold myself up. I can't do a pull-up.
Well, I mean, the legs are taking a lot of the weight.
Sure. I don't know.
But if you can't do a pull-up, you might be fucked.
Right, yeah.
You might be fucked. Now they're jumping.
Especially, again, it'd be easier if they didn't have everyone going off
at the same time. Yeah.
Because you're creating a lot of slack on that rope.
I like that they're
nibbling at the
hair.
Bits.
Yeah. Because that's my nightmare right there.
Right.
I don't know fish that can really jump out of the water like that. I mean, I know there are fish that jump out of the water before people start mean tweeting me.
Yeah.
But
I haven't done it up until this point is a fact.
I don't think that there are a lot of them that jump up for the sake of attack.
Sure.
You know? Well, there we go. Now we got some slack. Why didn't we save her for bait while we get the hot girl out of the bottom? I mean, one of the kids could go. That's fine.
Jeez.
No.
I mean, he could be nitpicky. You could possibly, like, if they're not showing a wider shot of the area, but there's a possibility they could just roll the freaking speedboat along the side of the freaking yacht.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously they've got the rocks around there, and they're really trying to make it sound like it's physically impossible, but without possibly getting themselves stuck also, you know?
Yeah, I mean... Sure, yeah, now that you see a lot more of the rocks poking out, probably. Just... There we go.
The spitting of the blood in the face is...
Yeah, he's so thoroughly committed this whole thing.
Wet t-shirt.
Yeah,
Wet t-shirt is not as good of a
last... gets it.
Wet t-shirt, not as good of a last line as...
No.
They took my penis.
Took my penis. It's better, yeah.
Look at those legs.
Look at that.
That's the greatest thing. Look at those little chicken bones.
I feel like O'Connor would want to have that.
That prosthesis?
You want to have that, like, hanging up in a fucking closet. The way I see him on social media, he's such an exuberant personality. Like, he just fun, looks like a fun guy to be around. And the fact that he gets the joke of the whole thing. He gets, more than anyone else, he gets the tone with this he's going for.
I wonder...
He's kind of the only one who's doing, like, a real over-the-top performance of the whole film.
I wonder if he does, like, the convention circuit. Because I don't recall seeing him.
I haven't caught him. I mean, he works enough.
But...
They wouldn't really...
Well, I know he doesn't need it.
Yeah. But he's got enough of a fan base. I mean...
Right. He could make a killing.
All the stuff he did as a kid, the Sliders TV show, and a bunch of other stuff. I mean, he'd have enough. I mean, you probably... Because he's been... They just ended, but there was a Star Trek animated series called Lower Decks. He was one of the part of the voice cast, so he probably does at least the Trek conventions on that regard. But in terms of like your general stuff, I've never seen him pop up on any of the lists. I mean, they have promotions of.
Because I think he would make a killing just from Stand By Me, or you know.
Yeah. Yeah, he's never seen him a Flashback Weekend, Days of the Dead thing, or. Anything
well, I mean, I've been.
Those lines. You've been to far more than I have.
And I'm also aware of things like Steel City Con get some big names in Pittsburgh.
Texas Frightmare and some other things here and there.
Right. There's a lot of
even
San
Diego or New York Comic Con. Not that I've seen them see anything like that from them.
Yeah, and I suppose as soon as they get clear, those guys can pull away.
Yeah.
There's the hot moment.
Sure.
That's what we like. More of that, please. As soon as they get clear...
Yeah, it should be a straight shot.
They can get yanked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yank me, crank me, and don't wake up and thank me. But if they're not ready, they're going to get run right into the rocks.
Yeah.
I mean, of course something goes wrong with the boat right now.
Yeah.
And there's that same, floating shot right in front of the camera, which maybe was done for 3D, but I don't know. I think it's a... Uh-oh. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. I love the fish in this thing. And here, away we go. I mean, that's a good way to kill a bunch of the fish, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of nuke them.
Yeah.
Now, if they're trying to insinuate that that was all of them...
Oh, hell no.
Then that's a little...
Right.
That's a thin.
I mean, they're far away from where that marina was.
Right. Yeah, they're on the other side of the lake.
Yeah.
But how about we get them in the boat now? What a day they've had. All of them, really. I mean, I hope they're not trying to make us think that that's all of them. Because there's really... That's dumb.
That's like
a fraction.
Yeah, just a small fraction of what we were saying. I mean, yeah, they were trying to mow a lot of them down in the marina, but that wasn't doing a whole hell of a lot in terms of mass. A couple dozen maybe they knocked out over there. Same as here.
I mean, there's a lot that got...
Yeah, but they were literally saying there were thousands of them. Yikes.
It's a great little prototype, right?
Yeah.
I don't... I think that it's a cool concept fish, right?
Yeah.
Like, somebody went into the drawing board and, like, drew a fish, and then they turned it into a computer-generated whatever. That's kind of dumb, but whatever.
I saw it coming.
Yeah. It's fine. I don't even care. You can have your jump scare ending, that's fine.
All right.
I don't know. I think this is so fun. Clearly I like it more than you do. It's fine.
I like the original much better. I like the characters in the first one a hell of a lot better. Just in terms of like...
They were definitely more defined.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, there's part of me that... Oh, boat captain, Gregory Nicotero. I don't know. Like, I guess emotionally I'm more connected to... Like, I'm not one of these people, but I feel like I fit in with that crowd. Okay. Even though I'm not that. I know I'm a lot closer to that than you are.
Yeah.
The whole Girls Gone Wild thing, I'm into that, that's fine. I don't know, there's just, this just kind of spoke to me in a way that made me smile, and I haven't stopped smiling this whole time. And that's really what it's about, right? It can be so stupid, but if you just smile the whole time, then they've done their job.
Yeah.
So, bravo to Alexandre and all of his cohorts here.
Many.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of effects versus...
Go on for a while. There was another 4 minutes.
4 minutes?
Worth of the credits.
Oh, shit.
This goes on for a while.
Well, there were a lot of computers in this.
Yes.
But this wasn't, like a Marvel movie or something where...
Okay.
I don't know, even the superheroes, I feel like, are all fake. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, different tastes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that I don't... It's not that I don't like a superhero movie. There's just something about the way they're presented where even the superheroes themselves don't look real.
Okay.
And the whole environment just feels fake, and everything's exploding and falling apart, and everything's just, like, not real. And it drives me nuts. That takes me out of it. I don't know. Just...
For me, it's just like when the effects are this fairly low grade, it just like... I can't really be as invested in something that looks fake to me, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like with the originals, like they did a lot with a little, and they knew how to hide the limitations they had.
And it was all real because it had to be real.
Yeah.
And I think we're saying the same thing. To me, the percentage of fake on this is far less than on some of these superhero blockbusters. Sure. And so that's part of my problem with all of those, big budget, fun with computers movies, is that the whole movie feels fake to me.
Okay.
Like, and when you see behind the scenes photos and it's like one actor and 100-foot green screen.
Sure.
I'm like, that's not even movie making, really.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it's one guy. And,
sure.
And we'll fill in.
There are times when I see it behind the scenes, it's like everyone's just in a motion capture, so it's like it kind of,
like,
it pulls me down a little bit on the things.
That's not movie making.
There's a lot more you can do practically than just like everything. I'm always about the guy like, you can, there's a lot of tools out there to use. Why do you just use one tool for everything? So I kind of we've got similar paths. We just kind of diverge,
right,
in our.
And I feel like if you have one actor and a green screen and the entirety of the background is done after the fact, then like that's not making a movie.
I get you.
Like, you could do it on your computer without leaving your bedroom.
Sure, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, well.
I'm not a whore. Perform by LMFAO.
That was...
LMFAO
that might have been
were so hot.
Take off on the towel, one of those ladies'
well, sure.
erotic films. Films.
There's a band that went sky high for such a short period
Which
of time.
One?
LMFAO?
No fucking clue.
All right, well.
I'm in a blank zone of this era of fucking music, pop culture crap.
Yeah.
I know what's going on.
It's fine. I think you'd know the song. But whatever. That's neither here nor there. All right, well, I appreciate everyone indulging me on this shenanigans. Now look at this little after garbage. Because Elisabeth Shue will forever and ever hold a place in my heart. And maybe if she wasn't in it, I would rethink my opinion of this movie, but maybe not. I don't know. That's fine.
All right, well, guys, thanks for joining us.
We'll be back next month.
Take care.